This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Good night, my Real News Media TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for March 4, 2023. And in the news tonight, drought to last until May, says Met Service. The Meteorological Service is predicting that there will be little rainfall over the next 2 months. That observation comes against the background of the country already experiencing a drought. Already, the National Water Commission has instituted measures to regulate water supply. According to Evan Thompson, director of the Meteorological Service, the current dry conditions are expected to continue until the secondary peak period for rainfall in May.
Generally, we go through the driest month of the year, March. Then we go through April, where we start to gear up for receiving some rainfall. We may get some spells of rainfall, but not sufficiently significant to create a change in the pattern. So we're really not expecting significant change before May. But the projection is that for the 3-month period, February to April, rainfall is expected to remain below normal to near normal, and this is by looking at the prediction tools that we have at our disposal. So below normal to near normal rainfall across the island for the remainder of the dry season through March, and ahead of the transition to the early wet season in April.
In light of the drought situation, which is predicted to get worse in the immediate future, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has reiterated the call for Jamaicans to conserve water. The Prime Minister stressed on Friday that efforts must be made to reduce water usage.
I'm appealing to all Jamaicans to be conservative in the use of water. We are not yet at the point where we would declare certain orders in terms of the usage of water, but we could get there. Before we get there, I would urge consumers to reduce the number of times you wash your car, reduce the amount of water you use in watering your lawns. Make sure that if you're not using the tap, you turn it off. Check your homes for leaks. If you can, start to collect whatever rainwater you can, if we are so blessed to have any rain during this period.
Cannabis Licensing Authority defends a given permit for importation of ganja from Canada. The Cannabis Licensing Authority has sought to defend its actions in respect of recent importation of ganja from Canada, saying it has facilitated such imports only in accordance with the gazetted regulations. The CLA, in a statement on Friday, said under the terms of the Dangerous Drugs Act Regulations 2022, it has approved 4 authorizations for ganja imports and 224 export requests. The CLA was responding to the uproar among the parliamentary opposition and the participants in the local ganja industry over the importation of the drug from Canada, which they view as a hindrance to the growth of the fledgling local industry. Industry and Commerce Minister Obin Hill revealed on Friday that the importer is a Jamaican company with 5 startups for which the ganja is being imported. He said the strains being imported are not available locally. Mr. Hill also stated that the weight of the shipment is more than 100 kilograms. The CLA did not give details on the shipment, but said the Dangerous Drugs Regulations empower it to grant permits for the importation, export, and the transshipment of ganja in quantities determined by the authority based on each application. It further explained that each authorization issued to a licensee permits a single consignment as required by the Single Convention on Narcotic Drugs 1961, to which Jamaica has conceded. Alexander Chong, CEO of global cannabis company Jacana Jamaica, says she is alarmed at the amount of ganja that is being imported from Canada, as she contends it is too large for testing purposes only.
It's about reciprocity. I think that the Jamaican cannabis industry would not be so upset today as it is currently, with very little information as to this import, if we were allowed to export to Canada for commercial purposes. So it is absolutely true, and in fact Jacana has done several exports to Canada, but only ever allowed small quantities for testing and research. We have attempted multiple times to send product to Canada with Canadian partners for commercial sale, and each response comes with silence. They are clearly protecting their markets. It's not just an issue for Jamaican licensed companies.
Education Ministry to launch a job portal. The Ministry of Education and Youth will be establishing a job portal which will advertise available employment opportunities within the sector. Portfolio Minister Favour Williams, who made the disclosure during the meeting of the Standing Finance Committee of the House of Representatives at Gordon House on March 1, said that the portal will be launched in short order. This will allow our principals or boards to put requests on the job board and for all persons who are interested in the sector, including internationally, to be able to see the vacancies that are available in our system, Williams said. She was responding to questions posed by Member of Parliament for St. Andrew Western Anthony Hilton regarding the loss of experienced teachers within the sector. The Education Minister said that all the strategies that were employed at the beginning of the school year to help principals and the school boards recruit and retain teachers are still available to them. Remember, we offer the option to bring back retired teachers who were no more than 2 years out and to extend the time for those who were slated to go if they so desired, she noted. We still have the option where if a teacher is going on long leave, they can come back as well. So they would get paid for their vacation as well as get paid for working. So we have a lot of options available and they're still there to help, she added. Meanwhile, $143.6 billion has been allocated to the ministry for fiscal year 2023 to 2024, with some $3.8 billion set aside for the Child Protection and the Family Services Agency. Also, an additional $1 billion for textbooks has been allocated in the budget, as well as $1 billion to support the provision of breakfast and cooked lunch for a program of advancement through health and education beneficiaries in pre-primary, primary, and secondary schools. So we will be able to increase the daily lunch rate from the average $120 to range between $150 to $250, depending on if you are at an infant school versus the secondary school, Williams said. Government to address poor working conditions affecting Met Service workers. The government has promised to resolve issues affecting staff of the Meteorological Service who were based at Norman Manley International Airport. The workers have been relocated and are reportedly upset about their current working conditions. They say their new location is unsuitable for carrying out their functions. This has resulted in disruptions in the delivery of daily forecasts. Matthew Samuda, Minister without a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, has confirmed that talks are scheduled to be held shortly to address the issues raised.
So it's not just the staff at the Met Service that is upset. I'm having toured and visited and met with the staff. I'm particularly upset at the issues that they're facing. It's unacceptable, but there are meetings scheduled to resolve the issues with the airport operators and indeed with the airport's authority. And as soon as it is resolved, we will bring the nation up to date.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.